Well, hello there, friends. How the heck are you? What is happening? Boy, it's good to be back on StreamYard. I gotta say, it's nice to be able to, I can push on a comment, I can add a banner, I can do all the things. We tried stuff. If you didn't tune in last week, it was an experiment. Let's say that. It was an experiment, yes. And this week, we are back home where we're comfortable and we can do all the functions, all the things. We tried stuff. We tried stuff. Yay, us. We tried things and it wasn't great. So we learned things. Just in case we haven't met yet, friends, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. Woohoo! Live at the Loom every Thursday. That is the plan. Carol says, we're back to normal. We're back to something. Yes. I don't know. Normal for us is a relative term. No Lori today. Lori's out for a few weeks. So everyone behave themselves. And remind me to behave myself. That's the just every so often, someone remind me. No, Chris, not that. By the way, today, friends, we have no agenda. No, I have a few things written down, but there's zero agenda. So I'm going to need you to fill in for some entertainment here. Would you, please? Would you just keep it, yeah, normal. This is what's normal. There we go. Thank you, Carrie. On behalf of our gatekeeper, hit the like button. Thank you. That's very much appreciated. It is not October weather here. However, I couldn't take it anymore. I'm just going to start getting back into all of the hot tea. I'm just going to do it because I love it. So let me say some hellos for the beautiful people that are on this morning with us. Yeah, I know, right? Christy. Commercial breaks during the live. That was what got me. I was like, no. Thank you, Brittany. Brittany says, no ads yet. There shouldn't be. Yeah. There shouldn't be ads, but you keep me posted if that happens. Okay, friends, let me say some hellos. Brittany, okay, this cracked me up, by the way. This was Brittany at 8:49. She was like, first, I'm it. It's me. I got it. I'm here first. Excellent. It is Brittany, right? Please someone tell me I got that right. We need to start things off the right foot. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Donna Cunningham. Hello, Anne. Hello, Connie. Hello, Jennifer Fowler. Chris B is in the house. Woohoo! Okay, Chris, you win the prize. I love this. Chris starts with the name, Chris B. That makes my life so much easier. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Carol is on. Donna is here. Oh, Donna, this was so funny. So there was a little discussion prior to the start about if you've broken something, if you're not moving very well, and they're like, can you weave in bed? And this was a little flub up, a little spelling autocorrect. Does ankle weaving count? Which I thought was hysterical, Donna. I know it's not what you meant. That you meant ankle weaving, but that made me chuckle out loud. So it was like, it's ankle weaving. That's, yeah. Yeah. But ankle looms, pin looms, small looms that you can do if you can't move around so much. There's lots of options for us. Hello, Tina Harper. Hello, Jennifer Fowler. She says, I've been taking a deep dive into how they make fabrics in the past, and I'm fascinated with it. I think I'm going to try the whole process from fleece to fabric. That would be an amazing journey. Jennifer, we would recommend if there's some way you can document that and share with the class. That would be incredible. That would be, yes, that would be quite the thing to, go A to Z. That'd be awesome. We are all in favor. If we can support you, friends, we are all there for it. Hello, Christy Lofton. Ernie DeVries is here. He's on a day trip to St. George, Utah. Oh, I don't know where that is, but that sounds beautiful. Ernie, we're so glad when you pop in. Makes us so happy. Hello, Shirley. And Gemma is on. She says, just chiming in. She's got a train to catch. Leaves in 2 minutes. I like how Gemma's always on some kind of public transportation when she's tuning in for Live at the Loom. Why not? Why not? Right? Just take us with wherever you go. That's the beauty of technology. You can just take us with you. Hello, Deb Ropel. And Carrie, Carrie says, hello, early birds. That was last time I popped in about, 10, 12 minutes early, and I became part of the early bird crew. It was a good thing. You guys are good people. Hello, Priscilla. And Mary Howard is here. She says, fall is on its way. It's 51 degrees. Ooh, that is a little brisk. I don't mind that, though. I can hang with some 51 degrees. Sherry! Good morning, Chris's Warped Weavers. I hope everyone's having a great day, whatever time of day it is in your neck of the woods. Sherry, how did your studio tour thing go last weekend? Tell us all about it. Hello, Cindy. And Liz is on. It is October. Can you believe that? What is that about, October? Amazing. Yeah. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Look at all the fun comments. How are you guys today? Yeah, Carrie says, I'm glad that those of you in various states of recovery are doing well. A pen loom can be managed in bed. That's Carrie gives a thumbs up. There we go. Carol says, we're up to our eyeballs in woolly worms this year. All far enough into the season that they're almost 3.5 inches long and all red. Okay, what's a woolly worm? I learn so much from you guys every time I'm here. I'm like, wait, what is this? What's happening here? Yeah. What's happening here? Okay. Who else popped in while I was jabbering on? Let's see. Okay, so Connie does historical stuff. So Jennifer was asking, is the clothing from the 1870s comfortable? That's a good question. Because we think, was it better then? Maybe not. I think we have some knits these days that are pretty fantastic. Okay, who did I miss here? Let's see. Who else? Oh, hi, Sky. Hello, Sky, my friend. Oh, man, please feel better. It's kind of that weird time of year, isn't that kind of in between where people do don't feel well, which is not good. We need you at fighting shape. That's 100%. Yep. Thank you, Brittany. I would like credit. I'm okay with demerits on the days that I forget, and I would like credit on the days that I remember. Thank you very much. That is, I'm a simple girl. I would like to be graded accordingly. Yeah. Sky, this is the one I usually use. However, last week we tried something different. This is not great. This is better. This is better because I can do things like this. I can put up a comment on the screen and go from there. Is it working differently, Sky? Cindy. So underrated. I like it. Okay, let's see. Who else? Look at you guys. Right, Jennifer? We are here for it. We would love to watch you walk through the process from fleece to fabric. That would be awesome. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. Christy Lofton said she's working on a Ridger Heddle, looked over at the chat and broke a warp thread. Grr. I understand. That's any time we're breaking threads, that's not... Oh, good. Here we go, Sherry. She said the tour had perfect weather. We had some wonderful people stop, but it was slower than last year. Okay. There was a mosque a mile and a half away that backed up traffic due to an accident. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, darling. Well, I hope that the people that you had were lovely and you had a very good time. Priscilla. Oh, short-lived. Teachers having tech troubles. Gotta go. All right. Bye, Priscilla. See you soon. See you soon. We did have fun tailgating last week. That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. Yes, we did. Carrie's like, there's no multitasking with Live at the Loom. I think that's probably, that would be me, Carrie. I am not a good multitasker. There's no, patting my belly and rubbing my head or vice versa. No, there's none of that. I am not. It all goes badly then. It's not that I do one part of the equation badly. I do it all badly. This says, hi, Priscilla. Bye, Priscilla. See? Yeah. Okay. All right, friends. So, couple things to start us off today. First of all, like I said, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm a hot mess because I just got done teaching a 3-day in-person class, which was wonderful, but I am whooped. And my big plans to dress the loom, to dress any loom, did not happen. No, it did not happen. So I have no project to talk about today. So if you have any kind of questions, be putting them in the chat because that will be the entertainment for today's portion of Live at the Loom. So a couple things I wanted to mention, though, to start us off is that this, right now, it's week 1 of the October week long. Week 1. Here we are. Let's go. I'm so excited. Here, let me put this up because I can do that with this technology. Yes, let me put this right here. By the way, I changed colors for the new month. I was thinking kind of the navy of I did pretty well. That's about the right color, right? It's about the color of the banner versus that's not bad. The match is okay. If you have never heard of a weave along, first of all, welcome. It's a program that has just 2 guidelines. We all start and finish a project in the month of October, and we all use the same pattern, which this time around is lace. Ooh, we love some lace. So you are not late. You're right on time. If you are like, this is brand new information, come on over and join us in the Acting Creative Insiders. That's where all of the community stuff is happening, which is awesome. I love putting up like a little prompt and then just seeing what you guys answer. Like we're this week, because our homework this week is to make a plan and gather your materials. I love to be like, okay, what's your plan? What are you going to use? Tell me all the things. So it has been really, really wonderful. And we're off to a very strong start. Speaking of, though, we have a very special sponsor for this week. That is 3 Moons Fiberworks. Okay. 3 Moons is, I call it my local weaving store, which I don't own it, but it is just like a mile and a half from my house. So it is so close, and I'm very, very fortunate. Rebecca is the most supportive, amazing person ever. So in honor of the 3 Moons Fiberworks sponsorship for this week, we're doing a very special promotion. The promotion goes through the end of the month, but if you go to the store and buy things, because there's a million lovely, amazing things to buy, when you go in and buy something at the counter, just say Chris Acton sent me, and you will get a free hand woven ornament. I grabbed a couple so you could see what they look like. There's all kinds of different versions. You can kind of pick what you like, but I started making these a while ago. They're just like scrap fabric. My fabulous seamstress has a program that'll make, I don't know if you can see here. There we go. Put it over here. The program sews the whole thing. It's like magic. I don't know how she does it, but we do hand woven fabric on one side, and we do some kind of a complementary on the other. Here, I'll show you a couple others. But it becomes a great way to use up any kind of scraps, because us weavers, there's always a few scraps. This one, right? Just a little. That would be sweet, like for, I don't know, a little girl's room. I mean, not for my room. It's pink. It's pink, friends. This is not gonna be my jam. But for some wonderful person who loves pink, that would be perfect, right? Look at this one, little. So each ornament has a different little hand woven scrap on the front. And then look how she placed this. Isn't that brilliant? She just she got that little sweet little bird right in there. Chesterton is a birding town, so that's especially significant. Anyway, so when you stop by 3 Moons in between now and the end of the month, then just say Chris Acton sent me when you make a purchase, and we will you'll get your pick of an ornament. I thought that was kind of a fun little promotion, right? Brittany says that store sounds dangerous. It is. It is. Chris says only stopped at Three Moons for a few minutes on the way back from Wisconsin, but it was amazing. It is quite the kind of fiber wonderland. It is like this sea of looms and hand spun, hand dyed yarn, and then of course a whole wall of all the classics, 8482. There's all kinds of beautiful wool. There's all kinds of it's all the things. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. So it is right near Chicago. Friends, if you need an excuse to come to Chicago and the Chicagoland area, it is an hour tops from downtown Chicago. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah, there's no coordination. There's no multitasking here. Yeah. Yes. She did. Michelle Marshall came to my class that I just finished up the 3-day class. We had a great time. Did she love multi-shaft weaving? If you guys aren't familiar, Michelle Marshall is our kind of resident in-house rigid heddle expert. She's our official consultant for all the weave-alongs, and she does she'll do a project for the weave-alongs and then answer any questions about rigid heddle stuff. And she is brilliant on a rigid heddle. So when I had mentioned I was taking the class, she had said, "Oh, that's something I've always wanted to do." So she drove up. She lives kind of, I don't know, 4 hours from me, maybe 3.5, 4 hours from me. And she drove up to take the class. So I don't know that I fully converted her, but I think she had a good time. That's a good question. You know how that goes. You have a good time. You learn some things and take it from there. We'll see. She talked about maybe looking into a multi-shaft loom. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds for Michelle. She's in no way giving up any kind of she's not letting go of the rigid heddle. She's great at it. She loves it. She's her company is Mingo's Corner, by the way. So that's a good question. that's a good question. What is this? Marv read over the directions for the treadling for the scarf and got confused. Congratulations on confusing him. He's getting confused very often. Okay, Kathy, that sounds ominous. Do you guys need help with the scarf directions? Let me know. Let me know if you need help there because I am standing at the ready. Christy just finished a Bronson lace towel project. I love that. That is perfect. Lace for the win. Yeah. Christy says Bronson lace has such a fast, fun weave. Nice. Finished 8 towels and now warped on 8 for Huck. Nice. Congratulations, Christy. That's fantastic. I like it. Excellent. Brittany said, "Can I live at Three Moons?" Yes, you can. Yes, we'll put up a little cot for you. What'd she say? If Carol says if we mention you at Three Moons, she won't scream and shove us out the door and lock it. I'm pretty sure. I am 89% sure. No, Rebecca, if you ever get to meet Rebecca, she is the nicest person. I mean, the nicest. When I come in, I'm like, "Rebecca, I have an idea." And before I've even said it, she's like, "Yes, let's do it." She's just fantastic. I think, she's a lawyer by trade, which is fascinating. And so I think that she sees, she's a lot of the world. So she's a sweet sport person. And I would think she loves me. I give her seeds. So that's, we talk gardening stuff. We talk weaving and gardening stuff. Those are our topics that we geek over. Yes. Carrie was here. Carrie made a trip all the way across the water just to see me. That's not true. She had all kinds of other things in mind, but she did stop by, and we got to have lunch together. It was so nice. Carrie, one of my favorite people. Love that. Yes. Future roommates at Three Moons. I like it. Mary said she bought different colors for her October weave along project. Nice. Purples and white. Ooh, had to clear the shelves in the weaving room for quilt fabric and tools. Oh, see, what is the multi-craftual? What's the word when you do many crafts at the same time? That's a great idea. Okay, hold please. Shirley says, my October Weave Along weft yarn has arrived. Woohoo! Today I'm finishing the last towel on the 14-yard warp so I can cut it off and get the October Weave Along started tomorrow. Fantastic. By the way, if you are following along with the October Weave Along, each week I'll have homework for you. You can go faster than that. You can go slower than that. You can do whatever you want here. But if you like having kind of a schedule to follow, I got you covered. I got you covered. Oh, cute. Jennifer says, many crafts at the same time is an artist. Heck yeah. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Hello, Diana Smith. She made it. She said, I love it when YouTube gives silent notice when my settings say, please ding. Oh, that's not helpful, is it? Cindy says, Earl has point twill towels on him. Pardon me, Vernon is skinny dipping, but I'm considering doing the October Weave Along on him. Cindy, there's no pressure, darling. There's no, if you're like, lace schmlace, I don't want to do it. That is totally fine. There is no, it's quite all right. But that's nice that Earl's doing some twill. That's fantastic. Cindy has her looms are Earl and Vernon, which is fantastic. Carrie says, I'm doing lino lace. Fantastic. Great. Can I say fantastic one more time? If this was a drinking game, we'd all be a little buzzed at this point. How about wonderful? How about another adjective here? Being my own worst enemy, I'm not making anything in particular, just playing around with, can I do this? Every break I come up with another idea. Carrie, I know you. I got your number. I'm not surprised by that. Mm-hmm. Sky says, me at 3 minutes. Surely she wouldn't miss this little loom. But no, can't do that. Those are her loomsies. Sky, that makes me laugh. That's awesome. That is awesome. What else did I want to mention to you guys? Oh, I know. Friends, next week is Weaving and Spinning Week. Do you know about this? Let's see. I don't know if I put I need someone to do me a favor and find the link for the HGA Weaving and Spinning Week for next week. Put that in the chat for me if you would, please, because I didn't put it in the chat. So, Weaving and Spinning Week. The Hand Weavers Guild of America does this. I don't know if it started with them or if it's just a general thing and they're kind of the hub, the central point for it. But they do this thing called Weaving and Spinning Week. It's always the first full week in October. That's my understanding. So starting on Monday, the 6th, it goes through, it's like the 6th through the 12th or something like that. And they have all kinds of fun activities. There's all kinds of cool things happening over there. So if you are in the mood to celebrate how awesome we all are, join some of the weaving and spinning activities for Weaving and Spinning Week next week. It is coming up already. Mm-hmm. So don't forget to check that out, friends. All right. So some of you have already kind of chimed in, but tell me how your projects are going. What is happening on your loom? Brittany says, I feel like I need to give myself permission to experiment before jumping into a project. Sometimes we call that sampling. Sometimes it's, or just playing. So was it last week or the week before I made the comment that you guys are allowed to just put on some yarn and just play, and you guys cracked me up. You're like, nope, I don't do that. Nope, that's not my thing. Nope, none of that. You can't be surprised that I was like, you guys should play on your looms. You cannot, you know me by now. You should not be surprised. I was like, you should just throw it in and see what happens. Just pick up that yarn and see what happens when it all comes together. You never know. You never know. Mary says, I have to finish 2 quilts, but need to fit it all in around Larry's care. Sure. And I'm packing for the move. It's only been a year. That's all. Yeah. Chris says, want to make knitted heddles for a toy loom. To learn it, so I designed a 3D printed netting shuttle and got distracted by making netting. Chris, there's a lot to unpack from that. Okay, wait. So you have a toy loom and you're learning how to use it. Wow, Chris, tell us more. That's wild. Mm-hmm. Brittany, might be able to do lino lace from bed with a smaller rigid heddle. Oh, probably. Yeah, you know what? You could probably do lino lace just from frame loom if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. Liz says, weaving Huck lace towels, and I'm having faith that the pattern will appear after wet finishing. Oh, it's not really obvious at this stage, Liz. Is that what you're implying? Sometimes that happens. Fantastic, Ernie. Ernie has my random pattern on the loom. That's fantastic. Let me know how it goes. See, fantastic. Another word. Wonderful, fabulous, marvelous. Ooh, that's a good one. Another description. See, I get stuck. Sometimes when you're just talking like this, I get stuck on the same word. And afterwards, when I watch the replay, which I don't always, but when I watch the replay, I'll be like, oh, Chris Acton, you couldn't come up with another word here. You couldn't have made a little variety, a little mix it up, just a touch, something. Carol says looms are silent harvest season. Oh, that makes sense. 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Whoo! With a quick break for food, marketing, and live at the loom. I am honored that we made the cut. 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'm tired just thinking about it, Carol. Diana Smith is about to start the eagle on her Navajo-style blanket. Is that the most complicated part, Diana, as you're looking at the whole design? Is that the spot that takes the most, kind of got to slow down and focus? Let me know. Deb says, today I'm going to thread heddles for the October Weave Along. Woohoo! Strickler number 650, probably a scarf or a cowl in Huck lace. Excellent. This sounds like a wonderful combination, Deb. We're very excited for that. Yeah, Liz said that was it Huck lace you said? Not obvious, but at least I can read the pattern. Okay, if that makes sense. It has a recognizable repeat, so that is helpful. Liz, I can't wait to see how the story ends. That's going to be really interesting. Ernie said he got as far as sampling some weft colors. Fabulous. Fabulous. I like it. Mm-hmm. Carrie says, put on a 2-meter yard warp, straight draw threading, and play away. I do that every now and then. Carrie, you're my people. You know this. This is, yes. I find that sometimes weavers tend to be like ruthlessly practical. So it doesn't, in their head, it doesn't make sense to spend the time and energy to not make a thing. It's that whole, there's a connection between being creative just to be creative. That doesn't always play. And there's no judgment, friends. However, sometimes it's really fun to just throw it all in there. Just play. Just to, you know how that goes. Let's see. Okay. Chris came back with more information. It's a toy loom with no heddles. Okay. Want to learn to knit heddles instead of making them individually. Huh. I guess you could, right? It would be like, what's the word? Like you just chain them? Is that kind of the idea? Gleaned enough from Newberry weaving school videos. I want to try on a small scale. That's fascinating. Never heard of such a thing. That is awesome. I like it. Okay, friends. Let's see what else is on my list. That's what I got for now. Ask me some questions. We're gonna need to we have time to entertain each other for multiple more minutes. So what you got? What kind of questions do you have? I'm here. I'm ready. Let's do this because let me just tell you, the loom is naked. It's skinny dipping, as Cindy would say. Which is fantastic. Gary said the weave-alongs make sure that I play at least twice a year. I love that. I am happy to be the reason that you play at least twice a year. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. By the way, let me so I do have something we should talk about. So my next project that I want to put on the loom is I want to try curtains. I've talked about it for so long. And in the Online Weavers Guild, our challenge for this coming kind of quarter is to make an item that you've always wanted to make but haven't done yet. And curtains are mine. I've always wanted to make curtains and I just have not done it yet. So tell me all your tips and tricks for making curtains, because I think I want to play with, I'm going to tie in the lace. I'm going to do I'll do a Lino or Brooks Bouquet, or what's the other one? Danish medallions, or some kind of hand manipulated. That'll make it keep it kind of airy. So otherwise, tell me what Carol, do you know your lipstick matches the top earring balls and that they're in the same visual line? Carol, there's always a plan when it comes to lipstick and earrings, darling. That is always. By the way, did you see these? They're little felted balls. A friend of a friend got these for me. I don't wear them very often, but they're so stinking cute and they're really lightweight. Sweet girl, you know that I think about those things. Come on now. I love that. Okay, friends. Let me know. Curtains. What should I know? What should I watch for? Okay, thank you, Liz. Beware of horizontal motifs. Ooh, hard to match them if you do multiple panels. Brilliant. Thank you. That's great advice. Okay. Jennifer says, have you ever woven with hand spun yarn? I have, but only in the weft. I have never been brave enough to try it in the warp. And just small scale, Jennifer. Is that what you're at part of your fleece to fabric? Mm-hmm. Connie, curtains. I repeat, large towels. I use a 2-inch cotton tape for the hem. Okay. Okay. Because you don't do a regular hem? Darling, say more, please. There's always a plan. I think lipstick is fun. So there's always a what color kind of goes with always. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, hello, Jody. She said, my Penny, the kitty would love the earrings too. Probably little felt balls. Oh, I could see Penny being all over that. Penny's kind of the shop cat. Penny's adorable. She's got her little scrunched up face. She's the cutest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyone else? Curtain suggestions? Have you guys done curtains? I know some of you done curtains because we've talked about it, but anyone else want to do curtains with me? This could be a small little offshoot, something. Mm-hmm. Gemma's thinking she's not brave enough to use hand spun as a warp. That tension issue, huh? Boy, that would come down to how confident, like who did the spinning and how do you feel about that? That'd be tricky. Yes, I've never done hand spun as a warp. That's a good question though. Okay, what else? Have you guys told me all about your projects? We've heard about a lot of them. Carol says no curtains here. Don't need them in the middle of nowhere. Not even like to block a little sunshine or something? She's like, nope, we don't need no stinking curtains. Nope. Liz says I'm going to do bath towels with 8-4. Okay. Need to confab with Cindy. Yes. Excellent. Connie said the hem would be too bulky if you do a normal hem. Oh, you need a large opening to let the curtain rod move slowly. But don't you have like a regular hem at the bottom and then the sleeve at the top? Isn't that See, this could be a whole discussion, friends. How the heck do you weave and construct curtains? Mm-hmm. Priscilla's with me. I've been wanting to make curtains to hang in my camper. Oh, sweet. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sky said I would use hand spun as a weft. Not sure about the warp unless I knew it was cotton or at least strong enough to withstand the tension of the warp. I like it. Carol's like, no. No curtains for us. We don't need it. She says they're up before the sun. Why block it? Okay, that's fair. That's legit. Okay, friends. What else? Any other questions? Any other things? How are we doing on time? I feel like my clock over here is a little bit fast. Let me know if you have any questions we can dive into. Anything else? Yeah. Jennifer says, I have, oh, wait. I pushed the wrong thing. I have this old book that I got from Thrift Books, signed by the author, all about spinning for weaving, even has tool plans, including building a loom. Wow. What a find, Jennifer. That sounds awesome. What kind of loom are the plans for? A multi-shaft? Like a rug loom? What you got? That's fascinating. Deb said I made some when I first started, made some curtains. Yeah, when I first started weaving on my ridge, I had a loom. Got a pattern from hand woven. It was a lace pattern. Okay. Oh, Deb, I would love that. Thank you. That would be awesome. Brittany says, I understand the fear of using hands on warp, but after the first few times, it actually holds up pretty well. Oh, for the hand spun? Is that what we got there for hand spun? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, the ukulele towels aren't hemmed yet. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz, for asking. As a matter of fact, the other day he came downstairs like, what's the progress on the ukulele tales? And the truth is, friends, that big old long project was only half. I have a whole, as a matter of fact, wait, hold please. I have, it's been sitting on my table right here. This is the other warp for the ukulele towels, because I measured both warps at the same time, but I knew it was going to be a lot. So this will probably go on the table, and I won't torture you guys with another ukulele towel project. Boy, that one lasted forever, didn't it? I was like, and we're going and going and going. We're carrying on. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay, Jennifer said she has instructions in this book for a multi-shaft Loom. That's fascinating. Well, Jennifer, we have all kinds of homework for you. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, there we go. More likes, more thumbs, something. See, I know. He couldn't come today because he had an appointment he was running late from, but I'll get him on. He'll have to prepare a song or two, because that'll be part of the entertainment. Is that yeah, we'll make that happen. Carol says poke the thumbs up. Do you know what? I'm on a different device these days, so I don't get the whole all of the little emoji things that came up before. Is that weird that I kind of miss it now? It was so annoying when it happened, and now I'm like, oh, I can't do fireworks. Chris said Lindsay Woolsey saw a nice shawl at a historical event recently with hand spun weft. Ooh, very nice. I like it. Yes. Thank you, Brittany. When the ukulele towel project came off the loom, I took a picture of like every single colorway. There was, I don't know, was there 10, maybe 11, 12? There was a whole bunch. It was fun though. Mm-hmm. No balloons. I know there's no balloons. There's no, it's not set up on this, which is okay, honestly. All right, friends. So we'll finish strong. Thank you for hanging with me today, because I know I was like, what did we do? Here we are together, just hanging out, that's enough. That's beautiful and wonderful. Let's see. What is this? Oh, Carrie, this is just being broadcast on YouTube. That's why it's not being broadcast on Facebook. We're moving everybody over to YouTube. Mary said, I want to make a bag to carry stuff to events. Any suggestions for yarns? Ooh, that's a good one. Bag to carry stuff to events. Almost all the bags that I ever made were a blend. There were a whole bunch of whatever I liked, whatever was around. And I think as long as you make the weave so that it doesn't snag easy, it's kind of snug, I think you'll be sitting pretty. Carol said 8-2 or 8-4. Yeah, that was her suggestion. Yeah. Okay, friends, let's finish strong, shall we? This week's A Handwoven Experience was all about bamboo. I figured since that was our official, not official. That's what I used for my project. You guys don't have to, but that's what I used for the October Weave Along project. It was on the brain, so I thought I hadn't yet talked about bamboo at all, so we would do a little intro to bamboo. So that is what the Handwoven Experience episode is for this week. If you haven't checked it out yet, you are welcome to. It is there at the ready to get you inspired, hopefully. Let's see. Acting Creative Insiders is next on my list right here. You know what? We just released the calendar of events for October, and it is jam-packed. There is so much happening over at the Acting Creative Insiders. It's a blast. It is really, when you get on a certain platform or a place online, there's just a certain kind of energy. It's so fun. And we have all of our usual suspects, things like the Online Weavers Guild, the weaving tips that happen twice a month. We've got study hall, but we're also adding really special meet and greets, 2 different sessions at the beginning of October and the end of October, where we can all get together and talk about weave along stuff and meet each other like online, but face to face, which will be very, very fun. So check out all of the amazing options there. But this is also the place to join the community element of the October Weave Along. So lots happening over at the Acting Creative Insiders. Let me also mention that if you're doing the Facebook, there is a fantastic, sweet little group over there, the Acting Creative Community. And in the community there's, gosh, I think we're over 600 people. It's a fine group. So much energy and love for weaving, and it's wonderful. So if you do Facebook, come over and say hi. You just have to answer the questions to get into the group. That's all you need to know. Also, let me just put this up here, right here. Friends, there's a whole page of free resources for you on the website. There's all kinds of good stuff. And if it's been a minute since you have checked them out, go see if any of those would be really helpful. There's things like a checklist for dressing your loom. It's called 6 Weaving Patterns, which is just like an overview of 6 really common weaving patterns. There's a whole freebie about weaving yarn, looms, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you're looking for something in particular, some kind of information, that's a great place to start. So feel free to pop over there. It's one of those where to get the freebie, you put in an email and we'll add you to the list, but you don't have to stay on the list if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. But the love notes are wonderful that come out each week. So that's the jam. That is the whole thing, my friends. Let's see. Anything that I missed while I was blabbering? All right. We have done it, friends. We have made it through another fabulous live at the Loom. So happy to have all the little comments on the screen and the links, and we're much happier here. Have a wonderful, fabulous week. You know what your homework is? Do something creative just for you, friends. Not for anybody else, just for you. Listen to that little voice. Stretch that creative muscle. Do all the good things. And maybe think about weaving some lace. Maybe. Just as a thought. I will be right back here, though, next Thursday. And who knows? Well, I'll see if I can get a little ukulele music for us. I'll see if I'll work on that for us. That'll be good. I hope to see you in the October Weave Along chat or on the Acting Creative Insiders. There's all kinds of options. But if I don't, I hope to definitely see you next Thursday, same time, same place. Have a wonderful week, friends. Happy weaving.